Ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how well you do it. Lou Holtz. Your attitude, not your aptitude, will determine your altitude. Zig Ziglar. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. Marcus Aurelius. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Winston Churchill. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Albert Einstein. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control your attitude toward what happens to you, and in that, you will be mastering change rather than allowing it to master you. Brian Tracy. The greatest day in your life and mine is when we take total responsibility for our attitudes. That's the day we truly grow up. John G. Maxwell. Excellence is not a skill, it's an attitude. Ralph Marston. A positive attitude causes a chain reaction of positive thoughts, events, and outcomes. It is a catalyst and it sparks extraordinary results. Wade Bowles. For success, attitude is equally as important as ability. Walter Scott. Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life. Not so much by what happens to you as by the way your mind looks at what happens. Khalil Gibran. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. Charles Swindoll. Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude. Thomas Jefferson. Adopting the right attitude can convert a negative stress into a positive one. Hans Selye. Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the lust of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Viktor Frankl. The greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitudes. William James. It is in the character of very few men to honor without envy a friend who has prospered. Aeschylus. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop a habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception, it is a prevailing attitude. Colin Powell. The secret of genius is to carry the spirit of the child into old age, which means never losing your enthusiasm. Aldous Huxley. My attitude is that if you push me towards something that you think is a weakness, then I will turn that perceived weakness into a strength. Michael Jordan. Attitude determines the altitude of life. Edwin Louis Cole. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people whom we personally dislike. Oscar Wilde. The attitude is very important, because your behavior radiates how you feel. Lou Ferrigno. Choosing to be positive and having a grateful attitude is going to determine how you're going to live your life. Joel Osteen. Happiness is an attitude of mind, born of the simple determination to be happy under all outward circumstances. J. Donald Walters. Wearing the correct dress for any occasion is a matter of good manners. Loretta Young. Our environment, the world in which we live and work, is a mirror of our attitudes and expectations. Earl Nightingale. Character is the result of two things: mental attitude and the way we spend our time. Albert Hubbard. Cock your head, angles or attitudes. Frank Sinatra. Take the attitude of a student. Never be too big to ask questions. Never know too much to learn something new. O.G. Manino. Our attitude toward life determines life's attitude towards us. John N. Mitchell. It is not the body's posture, but the heart's attitude that counts when we pray. Billy Graham. If your ego starts out, I am important, I am big, I am special, you're in for some disappointments when you look around at what we've discovered about the universe. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Having a positive mental attitude is asking how something can be done rather than saying it can't be done. Bob Bennett. Time plays a role in almost every decision, and some decisions define your attitude about time. John Cale. Watch your manner of speech if you wish to develop a peaceful state of mind. Start each day by affirming peaceful, contented, and happy attitudes, and your days will tend to be pleasant and successful. Norman Vincent Peale. My attitude is, if someone's going to criticize me, tell me to my face. Simon Cowell. Acting is magical. Change your look and your attitude, and you can be anywhere. Alicia Wade. The meaning of things lies not in the things themselves, but in our attitude towards them, and Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. A positive attitude can really make dreams come true. It did for me. David Bailey. Good humor is one of the best articles of dress one can wear in society. William Makepeace Thackeray. Our attitudes control our lives. Attitudes are a secret power working 24 hours a day, for good or bad. Irving Berlin. There is little difference in people, but that little difference makes a big difference. The little difference is attitude. The big difference is whether it is positive or negative. W. Clement Stone. What is pride? A rocket that emulates the stars. William Wordsworth. You live in the image you have of the world. Every one of us lives in a different world, with different space and different time. Alejandro Jodorowsky. Some people say I have attitude. Maybe I do ... that I think you have too. You have to believe in yourself when no one else does. That makes you a winner right there. Venus Williams. Civilization is a method of living, an attitude of equal respect for all men. Jane Addams. But the attitude of faith is to let go and become open to truth, whatever it might turn out to be. Alan Watts. When you ain't got no money, you gotta get an attitude. Richard Pryor. The ideal attitude is to be physically loose and mentally tight. Arthur Ashe. Attitudes are more important than facts. George MacDonald. Pink isn't just a color, it's an attitude. Miley Cyrus. Really, you just gotta keep chugging along and keep a positive attitude and get through all the problems. You gotta face them, otherwise you don't get through. Leslie Gore. Attitude is everything. Diane von Furstenberg. The reactionary is always willing to take a progressive attitude on any issue that is dead. Theodore Roosevelt. I think it's my adventure, my trip, my journey, and I guess my attitude is, let the chips fall where they may. Leonard Nimoy. Bad attitudes will ruin your team. Terry Bradshaw. My general attitude to life is to enjoy every minute of every day. I never do anything with a feeling of, oh God, I've got to do this today. Richard Branson. You know what's funny to me? Attitude. Don Rickles. Our future cannot depend on the government alone. The ultimate solutions lie in the attitudes and the actions of the American people. Joe Biden. Your smile will give you a positive countenance. They will make people feel comfortable around you. Les Brown. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Albert Schweitzer. Attitude is the frame in which you hang your life. Anonymous. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Ralph Waldo Emerson. The only disability in life is a bad attitude. Scott Hamilton. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. Zoe Seward. Life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. Charles Swindoll. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Helen Keller. You can't stop the waves that you can learn to surf. Jon Kabat-Zinn. Your mental attitude is the most dependable key to your personality. Napoleon Hill. A great attitude becomes a great day, which becomes a great month, which becomes a great year, which becomes a great life. Mandy Hale. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. William James. Stop where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Arthur Ashe. The quickest way to double your money is to fold it in half and put it back in your pocket. Will Rogers. We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are. An Nin. Happiness is not by chance, but by choice. Jim Rohn. Positive anything is better than negative nothing. Albert Hubbard. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. John Wooden. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. Jimmy Johnson. Keep your face always toward the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. Walt Whitman. There is no failure except in no longer trying. Albert Hubbard. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. William James. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. Roy T. Bennett. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. Theodore Roosevelt. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Robert Collier. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Nelson Mandela. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Confucius. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Albert Einstein. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be a failure. Albert Einstein.